Okay, all right, folks, welcome. It is what, we're start of June, but we'll put this as the May update. So this is what we got. I'll do them by groups, yeah. So tomatoes, we got cherries and romas, yeah. So these thin, sickly looking ones, they're the cherries. So you can see they're probably about a good 8 inches tall now. These all need to come out. They do need to come out. You can see here, look, like the roots as well. So, a little added bonus of putting them in pots like this, right, which is literally just plastic bottles. You can see the roots. So this is where we're at, where we've got 4 or 5 sets of leaves. These are the romas. I mean, some of these are a bit small, right? Some a little bit bigger. There's some that are also planted out. So if you have a look here, these have already been potted up. So this is a cherry, romas, some more romas here. These need to go out as well. So you can see the soil, the roots there popping out. So those need to be potted up. Some tomatoes that have already been potted up. These are all romas. This is big boy Roma. So this is our biggest one. We got all our hopes pinned on this guy. They're doing all right. These were potted into containers probably about 2 weeks ago now, because of just how big they are. So that's tomatoes. So we can see here, I can't see any flowers yet, any trusses, but hopefully soon. I mean, it's got 3, 6 sets of leaves, so I think it won't be long now for those to start developing trusses. So like I said, I've got these in containers. These are literally just flower pots, right? You might see them in the supermarkets, really. They put the flowers in. So I'm going to do these in containers. I'm not putting them in the ground or in any of the beds. I don't have any space, so they're going to go in containers. That's the supercharged soil, which has a video on my channel of how to supercharge your soil, but that's the supercharged soil in there. Dry actually, needs the water. As you can see, it's where we got about 16 degrees of heat. Finally, we're getting some good weather. Right, so that was tomatoes. Then we've got the peppers, right? So the peppers are doing all right, actually. Chili peppers. So this is probably some of the biggest ones that I've got. And sweet peppers. Here's my sweet peppers. Yeah. Sweet peppers are doing all right. To be honest, I think I've been a bit slow in potting them out. This is the biggest one at the moment. This is a big boy chili, and some of the chilies there. Okay, so they are doing all right. It can be a bit difficult to keep on top of the potting up, but you notice the difference once you've potted up from something like this small, right? Like even in here, the roots haven't started getting to the bottom yet. But once you pot it up, you'll see the difference in growth. It'll just, all of a sudden, it'll just start really sprouting. Right, so those are chilies. Like I said, chili, pepper, and sweet pepper. The jalapenos are here. And they're still in the plug trays, really. And again, these should come out now. I've just been a bit lazy. You can see the roots there. See that? They should definitely come out. And once they come out and they go into a pot like this, they'll start sprouting as well. All right, so that's peppers. And then I'll just quickly do flowers. So this is geraniums. Wow, you can smell that pungent smell. Geraniums. The marigolds are looking really good. Here's the marigolds. They're in the individual pots. And then one, I potted some out as well here, because that one's got a flower on there. So those marigolds and zinnia, nice and easy, simple zinnia, which is these ones here, and these need to go out as well. Look at that, the roots. Zinnia. Never really done flowers before, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out. So look here, I mean, that is your hand wash bottle reutilized with some holes in there, but you can see the roots. So this one probably needs to come out as well. But some really good growth. And then obviously we've got the cut and come again lettuce, which was dying on me for ages, and then I just potted it up and it's doing absolutely fine. So you can see here, really I should be cutting off some of these leaves. There you go. I do need to take all of these out as well from their trays, because they should be in pots now. Everything at this stage that was, you know, planted from seed months ago, you know, it should be out in their own pots now. It should be potted up. Like I said, I've still got some stuff in seed trays, so that'll come out as well. All right, what else have we got? This is the coriander, which isn't really doing too well because it's bolted, gone to flower. So I don't really know what you do with that. I have to work that one out. What else are we looking at here? Yeah, so coriander. Here's the fig tree. It's the new leaves on the fig tree. Lovely hydrangeas there. It's got your lovely flowers. Okay, and this one's still sprouting here. What else? Some of the mint as well. Mint doing really well. This is literally just shop bought mint, pulled apart and put back into the pots there. All right, and then let's have a look at the actual beds that we've got. So in the planters, in the bad boy planters, got the radishes. You see I've done some harvests of these radishes. They're really nice. The shallots are looking brilliant. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what happens with the shallots. They just separate out. But they don't separate out, they bunch up, right? So that's from one bulb. Yeah, so you can see one bulb. There's a video on the channel as well, planting them in. And then one bulb just bunches up like this, and off the one bulb you'll get 5 or 6. So have a look here. See that they're doing really well. Here, look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on there. So now with these, we're just waiting. It's going to be a few more weeks for these to go yellow and die back. Those will be ready for harvest, right? And there's still a few more radishes here as well. This is really weird. This one is like, in this bed, the radishes, the foliage has been massive. Look at that, that's massive. But the actual, I mean, I'll pull it. Look at that, it's tiny. Like, what's that all about? God knows. So, anyway, but the radish, some of the radishes, I think the ones in this bed, they've been massive. Yeah, look at that. Huh? And the ones in there as well. Okay, so these are the shallots in here as well. We've got shallots in here. These aren't looking as big, to be honest. But still, you can see it's bunched up quite a bit. It's the ones in there that are doing massive. So I'm trying to remember back to what's in the actual planters. I don't know. I think that was the first one that I did. That was the second one. Might have been a bit more stingy. A bit stingy on this bed. Right, in here we've got... This is the garlic. It's doing alright, but can't really tell what's happening with it, to be totally honest with you. Some of the garlic, there's a row of garlic on the back here, which I think is all deaded. Yeah, it definitely was. So there's a row here. So what I'll do is just plant something else in here. Maybe I've got the French beans, so those probably go here. The dwarf French beans. Potatoes. This was the initial set. This was a main crop. These are all main crop Maris Piper or Desiree. This was planted early though, but it's all looking good. This was done a few weeks ago, so you can see the shoots have started to come up. So I'll let them come up a little bit more, and then I'll earth But we've got, yeah, the Maris here. Actually, I think that's Desiree. And then Maris here. And then from the veg, last but not least, this is the big boy in the courgette world. This is big boy Roma's mate. But this is the courgette that I put out into the planter, because the courgettes have been doing really, really good. So that's massive. Look at that. You can see some flowers on it as well. Started the flowers. So that bed there is for the French beans, dwarf French beans. I'm going to put some in there. This is my cocoa coir here. Check that out, it's on the channel. And actually, let's just have a quick look at these are nasturtiums in here. It's quite weird actually, because these are growing like in a quite bushy way, just mixed up with some zinnia. And then the ones here, which are started off indoors, see, they're like quite leggy. So it's a bit weird. Peony, it's doing all right. I think should be a lot bigger than that though, really. And maybe even have some flower heads on there. And then these are the other courgettes. I mean, really, that again, look. Ooh, hello, little slug. But that's ready to go as well. That should be out. But you only need, I mean, in this size garden, you only need 2 courgette plants. So I'll give those away. And then the French beans. Yeah, these are dwarf French beans there. These are all, they're big enough. So these are all out and they stay out. This is the courgette's little brother that's been put out into a 10-litre pot. So yeah, so this stuff just stays out. The rest of it goes in the greenhouse. But that's all, to be honest, that's ready to come out now as well. It should be coming out. So there we are, end of May, beginning of June. Like I said, next jobs is just to start potting the stuff up and putting it out, really, because all my stuff is going to be in containers but out in the garden, so not in greenhouse environment or anything like that. That is other plot update for May. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.